Yo, what's going on today, my Chicago bros? And for today, I decided to bring back your guys' favorite series, the Pro Player Analysis. And for today, like I said in the past video, I got Kaydop from Vitality, the GOAT, question mark? I don't have an answer, but that's for you guys to debate, not me. But again, I am going to be analyzing him in these most recent championships where Vitality became European champs. And I'm going to break you down my thoughts from another pro player and tell you what he's doing, what makes him successful, and what makes his team successful, specifically in this replay. But as always, keep liking the channel, keep commenting, subbing. It's free. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to go on a spiel. I'm on the push to 40K. I just want to keep growing, bro. It makes me so happy. It makes me so excited to keep doing content. But yeah, you guys just really are making me happy, and I really appreciate it. So let's just keep it going. You know, let's everyone happy, keep the community growing. But let's just hop right into it. And again, as I say this in every video, if you guys did not know what this series or do not know what the series is, I basically take a specific replay, in this case Kaydop, and I'm going to be saying what he does specifically that helps his team and makes him such a great player and why it contributes to him winning. So for this replay, we have Vitality versus BDS in the European Finals, and this is the Grand Finals, obviously, but I don't remember if it was set 1 or set 2. But also, I saw you guys saying you really want more in-depth analysis, so this video might be a little bit longer than the other ones because I'm going to try and go a little bit more in-depth. So Kaydop just shoots it, kind of wants pressure, but then this is something you see a lot in difference between EU and NA. Right here in NA, you 100% see him going for a boost or going for a demo and trying to remove a player. But in EU, they're a lot more rotational based, and they're not really as aggressive / demo chasey as NA. So like I said, you normally in NA, you'd see him go for a demo, but right here, he's just going to grab some pads. And I'm pretty sure when I say this, Kaydop has literally like the best boost management in like all of Rocket League. Maybe not the best, but one of the best for sure. So a lot of these this replay, you're probably not going to see him going back for big boosts all the time. You're going to see him manage his boosts, always keeping enough to where he'll have enough for whatever play possible, and always picking up pads. He's rarely going to go for big boosts, if I had to guess. So look at Kaydop just beating BDS, putting pressure. And again, so right here, he's getting back, but look what I said, like, he just used 30 boost. He doesn't use any of it on a recovery because he knows that's just a waste of boost at that point. He flips and grabs those 2 pads. So he uses boost, but he makes sure to flip in a direction where he's going to grab pads. So he's going to basically gain that boost back. So right here, you see Fairy Peak flipping back. And if Kaydop lets Fairy Peak go for this, it's most likely going to be a goal for extra because the way Fairy Peak's his angle, it's going to be super tough for him to save. Compared to Kaydop, he can come in from the side, and it's going to be a lot easier to read and for Fairy Peak to deal with. But again, this happens because he manages his boost, and look, he has just enough boost to make the stop. Like, that is the boost management I was talking about there, going right into play. So Kaydop, again, 3 pads, boom, 36 boost. But he's going to let Fairy Peak go because he knows that it's a risky ball for him to go to since he's last man and he doesn't have the most boost. But there's Kaydop. So I think one thing I've seen so far from Vitality in the short little replay is they like to occupy space of the field. Like, they're being very wide and they're controlling parts of the field. So right here, instead of going back for this big boost, Kaydop realizes that BDS just double committed, right? So Mark and Monkey are both up. So he's like, okay, no one's on the left side of the field. I'm going to control this area. So if Alpha hits it over here, hopefully we can get a free play. Now the hit wasn't great enough to where Kaydop can make a play. But that was the idea, and that's what I've seen Vitality doing so far. They're trying to occupy space on the field, so if they hit it to that direction, it puts more pressure on BDS to, be worried about that area. So Kaydop rotates back to net, again, saves basically all of his boost, not doing anything too risky, gets a really good challenge on a potential offensive threat. Again, that ball's super awkward for him. Oh, what a bump. That ball was super awkward for him, so he let Fairy Peak go. Okay, honestly, this is pretty poor. I think this is where... Okay, and this is what led to a goal, to be honest. But this is where I think you see a big difference in between NA and EU. A lot of NA players are really good, and I think there's pros and cons for both regions. I'm just saying in this specific moment. NA is really good about controlling and soloing the ball out of defense and making sure stuff like this doesn't happen. So Kaydop literally just slams it out, and he has the right idea in trying to get a follow-up, but his hit was and control was so poor that he didn't have the boost or the pace to match it. And because of it, he gave it up. Alpha makes a save, but it's still right in front of the net, and they get scored on. So that was that was pretty much Kaydop's fault. But you know, we got a lot of game left. So again, Kaydop not really using too much boost. Does go back for a big boost actually. So far, I haven't seen Kaydop. Again, he comes from the side because the angle is easier than Alpha's. So there's that. That's something you don't really see a lot in NA. But you really don't see Kaydop go for a lot of balls that, you know, he thinks he even has a chance of losing. It's kind of, as you would say, it's the most efficient Rocket League possible. Like, he's going for, the only balls he's going for are ones he's by himself or he's going to win, is what I've noticed so far. Now, that's not always the best, but it's definitely, again, it's like an efficient way to play Rocket League. All right. If you're Kaydop, you have to get a touch on this ball. Your job as first man whenever you're on defense, so Alpha goes, extras the ball, and now Kaydop's first man. Kaydop's literal only job is to either bump extra or get a touch on the ball. If he misses, it's basically like he wasn't even there. An extra, it literally just becomes a 1v1 or a 1v2 for Fairy Peak. So, God, sorry. Right there, they get bailed out. They honestly get super lucky. This should have been a goal. But since extra literally gets unbothered by Kaydop challenge, he ends up making a play where the ball literally is in front of the goal. They pinch it off the net, and like, look, they score. No, but still, like, that was very lucky. Again, Kaydop playing very, very far back. Tries to read the pass, but I don't think Alpha's power was quite there. Gets a touch. He couldn't really do much with it, but I really like this. He probably didn't expect Fairy Peak to hit the ball so hard, but Kaydop does a really good job so far of... He's been doing a really good job of predicting what's going to happen, and that's a really important part of Rocket League. I always like to say you have to predict and not react. If you react, you're just going to get beat by the other players, your opponents, and you're not going to be able to be as successful as possible. But if Kaydop... And I'll go back to it. If Kaydop starts predicting, like he does here, so he gets to clear, it's not great, right? But now he sees extra gave up the ball and where Fairy Peak is. So he instead of just going straight back, turning out ball cam, you know, rotating, he's like, okay, I know Fairy Peak's going to hit this forward. I trust him. Let me start following it. Now, it's a little bit far where he can't reach it, but it makes Monkey Moon jump super early to where that happens. And basically now they have pressure. Kaydop's there for the perfect bounce. Good pass by Alpha. And he just slotted it well enough to where it was a goal. Alright, he's going back for a big boost. That's a really good ceiling touch by Fairy. I really like the idea. Alright, that's very NA of Kaydop. I really like the idea of their play here. So I really like it allows Kaydop to have possession. Now, Kaydop's idea here was actually really good. It was just kind of unfortunate. He wanted to get the ball. He knows both players of BDS besides Extra on the right side of the field, as you can see on the screen. But he wants it. So if he hits it to the left side and he beats Extra, he has all this space to work with and try and make a play. But unfortunately, Extra just lands on it and it doesn't really happen. But good job by Kaydop to continue his momentum from his play, not just give up and goes to remove a player. And it allows... Vitality this continued pressure actually. Again, he's not going to go for this ball. Again, not going to go for it. Very, as I was saying, efficient. Not going for stuff he thinks or is most likely going to lose or get dusted on, as you would say. Ooh, almost a nuts shot by Extra. All right, no boost. What does Kaydop do? Yeah, so far Kaydop's wall touches have been very poor as they keep flying really far away from him. And that's something you really don't want to do, especially on the defensive side. You never want that to happen. So that's, like, the biggest critique, I would say. If, like, I probably shouldn't be critiquing a dude that has the achievements times 10 in mine. But, yeah. I think it's pretty clear. I think a lot of people would say that. It's even, like, that's how little and how, like, good Pro Rocket League is now is, like, stuff like that. That you can critique those little, like, okay, my wall first touches are going out a little too far away from me. Like, that's where how high of a level of Rocket League it is. Okay, look at the prediction again. Instead, like, this is such an awkward spot for Kaydop to turn, but he knows Fairy Peek's on the back wall. The communication's great, so Fairy Peek sees him, and they set up the play. And Kaydop honestly makes that hit, and it's a crazy read by Extra. But, yeah. Like, that little prediction and turning, and instead of just reacting to the play and then getting dusty, he wouldn't have been in that spot, allowed Vitality this pressure, and they got a boom, and they instantly flipped the switch of BDS from, okay, we want to go to offense, to, oh, now we have to get back to defense. Really good positioning by Kaydop here. So Kaydop steals their boost. He's going to rotate out, let his teammates go. So he notices Extras in net, and he sees Mark by 8 flipping out of the play. So he knows that this little drop-down play should be open for business. And honestly, so he fills that space, and he gets a really good read. Now, it's just a good job by Extra getting a block on it. But reading that space literally and having that shot attempt has put BDS into the sense of panic for the last 15 seconds. And now they 100% won't get scored on, just because the way BDS is playing right now is literally nothing about a goal is on their mind. It's just kill the ball, so they'll do double commit, do whatever is necessary to make that happen, or not get scored on. Kaydop again, waiting as long as possible. Good job. He stalls enough time for his team to get back. If he just went early, Alpha with a good double demo. Kaydop knows he can't score it, so this is probably pretty obvious, but a lot of people, I think, here would just assume, oh, they're both dead, right? Let me just shoot it. But you guys got to know the spawn timings and know that they're going to be back in time. So he's like, okay, let me keep possession. Let me grab their boost. A goal, if I shoot it, I'm just giving away possession. Oh, my God, and it led to a goal. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. So, again, he keeps possession. He even gets the boost. So now that he's gotten the boost and the possession, he gets to stay upfield. And now that double demo, the aftermath is now kicking in. Those two players that are dead are now in super awkward spots and low boost, because you only spawn with 33 boost. So now he's like, okay, now we can capitalize. Now I can stay in the play, and we could do a passing play, and they're going to be in awkward position. So that's what he does. A really good play by him and Fairy, and the shooting, the top right is just perfect. And, you know, so Kaydop had a little bit of rough moments, but overall, the man played very, very well. But that's going to be it for this Kaydop replay. Now, you guys got to let me know who you want to see next in the comments below. Make sure to keep liking, subscribing, and commenting, sharing the video. It's free. You guys have been killing it. The road to 40K is a real thing. I wonder when we're going to hit it, you know? I genuinely do. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe. I'm going to head out. But peace.